I've had countless conversations with men over the years, friends, relatives, even people I've met through work, and one thing keeps coming up. Prostate problems are becoming more common, especially for men over 60. What I'm about to share might just change how you look at your daily routine. The surprising thing is, many men don't even realize which everyday habits are making things worse. Maybe you've noticed more frequent bathroom trips or waking up at night just to pee. It's easy to think, well, I'm getting older, well, that's normal. But the truth is, it's not always about age, it's about what you do every single day. Over the years, I've seen men well into their 70s and 80s living pain-free with healthy prostates simply because they made small changes to their habits. I've also seen others struggle with constant discomfort because they ignored the warning signs until it was too late. Younger men might not give a second thought to their prostate since it rarely causes problems early on. But by the time middle age rolls around, it's a different story. In their 40s, 50s, and 60s, many start noticing symptoms linked to an enlarged prostate, like urinary difficulties, while others deal with inflammation, swelling, or even prostate cancer, the risk of which rises with age. So, what prostate issues are most concerning? Located right under the bladder, the prostate is a walnut-sized gland that produces fluid to protect sperm during ejaculation. As men get older, it can be affected by several conditions. The most common is benign prostatic hyperplasia, or BPH, a non-cancerous enlargement that compresses the urethra and interferes with urination. Then there's prostatitis, an inflammation that can be acute or chronic, causing pelvic pain and urinary troubles. And of course, prostate cancer, something about 1 in 8 men will be diagnosed with, though it's often slow-growing and treatable when caught early. While age and genetics are the main risk factors, lifestyle plays a bigger role than most men realize. You can't stop getting older, but you can change certain habits to protect your prostate, ease symptoms, and lower your risk for disease. That's why in this video, I'm going to walk you through 10 everyday habits that could be silently enlarging your prostate. And the number one habit on this list is the most dangerous of them all. By the end, you'll know exactly how to slow prostate growth naturally, protect your health, and keep living life on your terms. Habit 10. Dehydration. I've noticed that many seniors tend to drink less water to avoid frequent trips to the bathroom, especially at night, but not drinking enough fluids can quietly harm your prostate. When you stay dehydrated, your urine becomes more concentrated, which irritates both your bladder and prostate. Chronic dehydration leads to inflammation, and inflammation is a major factor in prostate enlargement. On top of that, many seniors take medications that cause dehydration, and if they're not drinking enough water, it just makes things worse. A dehydrated body also struggles to flush out toxins, putting more strain on your urinary system over time. The solution is straightforward. Drink water regularly throughout the day, even if you don't feel thirsty. Aim for clear or light yellow urine, which is a good sign you're properly hydrated. Staying hydrated keeps your bladder calm, reduces pressure on your prostate, and helps prevent unnecessary swelling. So don't avoid water out of fear of bathroom trips. Instead, use hydration as a natural way to protect your prostate health for years to come. Habit 9. Holding your urine for too long. We've all been there, too busy or too far from a restroom, so we hold our pee. But doing this regularly can quietly harm your prostate. When you hold urine in your bladder for too long, it stretches and strains the bladder walls. Since your prostate sits right below the bladder, this extra pressure pushes down on it, causing irritation and swelling over time. As we get older, the muscles controlling the bladder and prostate tend to weaken, making seniors especially vulnerable. Holding urine too long can also lead to incomplete emptying, which leaves stagnant urine behind. This stagnant urine creates the perfect environment for bacteria to grow, leading to infections that further inflame the prostate and may cause it to enlarge. Besides the physical effects, this discomfort can disrupt your sleep and impact your mood. To protect your prostate, it's important to listen to your body's signals and avoid delaying bathroom visits, especially if you want better sleep or less nighttime urgency. Making a simple habit of going to the bathroom as soon as you feel the need can prevent long-term problems. Remember, your bladder and prostate work together. If one is under stress, the other suffers too. So don't ignore nature's call. It's one of your best defenses for a healthy prostate. Habit 8. Eating spicy and processed foods daily. I know many people enjoy bold, flavorful meals, but eating spicy and heavily processed foods every day can quietly irritate your prostate. Ingredients like chili, black pepper, and hot sauces can increase inflammation throughout your body, including in your prostate gland. Having a spicy meal now and then isn't usually a problem, but regularly eating spicy foods can make irritation worse, especially if your prostate is already enlarged. Processed foods are another culprit. They often contain preservatives, artificial flavors, high sodium, and unhealthy fats that don't support your health. For example, a high salt intake can cause water retention and put extra pressure on your urinary system. Foods like chips, canned food, frozen dinners, and fast food can also disrupt hormone balance. Over time, a diet high in these foods leads to increased inflammation, weight gain. So, if your meals mostly come from packages instead of fresh ingredients, your prostate may already be suffering the consequences. Focusing on natural anti-inflammatory foods like leafy greens, berries, and healthy fats can make a big difference. Eating healthy doesn't have to be boring. It just needs to protect your body, especially your prostate, so you can feel your best for years to come. Habit 7. Prolonged sitting and prostate health. In my experience, one of the often overlooked contributors to prostate discomfort is spending extended periods sitting without movement. Prolonged sitting puts consistent pressure on the pelvic region, which can reduce blood circulation to the prostate and surrounding tissues. This diminished blood flow may lead to inflammation, contributing to prostate enlargement and worsening urinary symptoms. Additionally, extended inactivity weakens the pelvic floor muscles that support bladder function. When these muscles lose strength, it becomes more difficult to empty the bladder completely. Leaving urine further irritates the prostate and increases the risk of infection or inflammation. From what I've observed, regularly interrupting long sitting sessions by standing, stretching, or walking, even briefly, significantly improves blood flow and alleviates pressure on the prostate. For men with sedentary jobs or lifestyles, integrating these small but consistent movement breaks can reduce the risk of BPH symptoms and improve overall urinary comfort. Ultimately, maintaining an active routine that prevents prolonged immobility is a practical and effective strategy to support prostate health and enhance quality of life. Habit 6. Eating too much red meat. I've noticed that red meat is a common favorite in many diets, but eating it too often, especially processed meats like bacon, sausages, can quietly cause problems for your prostate. Studies show that a high intake of red meat is linked to increased inflammation throughout the body, including the prostate. The saturated fats and chemicals used in processing these meats can disrupt your hormone balance and raise oxidative stress, which worsens prostate inflammation. As we get older, digestion also slows down, and red meat takes longer to process. This slower digestion can lead to weight gain and added pressure around the pelvic area, making prostate symptoms more uncomfortable. Now, I'm not saying you need to go vegetarian overnight, but reducing red meat to once or twice a week and replacing it with lean proteins like fish, legumes, or grilled chicken can really help. Including more plant-based meals, think lentil stews or vegetable soups, supports prostate health and improves digestion too. With these changes, you'll likely notice fewer symptoms, more energy, and better long-term prostate function. It's all about balancing what you love with smarter choices. Your prostate will definitely feel the difference with every healthier meal you make. Habit 5. Drinking too much caffeine and alcohol. I know many seniors enjoy their morning coffee or a relaxing drink now and then, but both caffeine and alcohol can cause trouble for your prostate and bladder. Both caffeine and alcohol act as diuretics, which means they make you produce more urine. This extra urine means more trips to the bathroom, especially at night, which is one of the most annoying symptoms of an enlarged prostate. Caffeine, found in coffee, tea, and soft drinks, can also irritate your bladder and cause those muscles around it to contract more often. That sudden urge to go, or even leaks, can get worse if your prostate is already sensitive or enlarged. Alcohol works similarly by stimulating your kidneys to produce more urine, adding to that pressure on your bladder and prostate. Now, having a small cup of coffee or an occasional drink is usually okay. But drinking multiple cups of coffee, strong tea, or several alcoholic drinks throughout the day can quickly add up and worsen symptoms. The trick is moderation. Try switching to decaf or herbal tea after your first cup of coffee, and cut back on alcohol if you notice it makes you rush to the bathroom more often. These small changes give your prostate a much-needed break and can ease those frustrating trips to the bathroom. Remember, it's not about giving up your favorites completely, it's about balancing enjoyment with long-term comfort and health. I remember a colleague of mine who used to swear by his 3 cups of strong coffee every morning and a couple of beers in the evening. He brushed off his frequent bathroom trips as just getting old, but over time he started noticing it wasn't just annoying, it was affecting his sleep and energy during the day. When he made small changes, like cutting back on the caffeine after breakfast and limiting alcohol, he saw real improvement. Nothing drastic, just smarter choices, and it made his days easier and nights more restful. Habit 4. Don't skip your regular health screenings. One thing I've learned is that many men don't visit the doctor unless something feels really wrong. But when it comes to prostate health, especially after 60, that approach can be risky. The prostate can quietly get bigger or have problems without causing obvious symptoms at first. That's why regular health screenings are so important. A quick checkup can catch early signs of inflammation, infections, or growths that might not be painful yet, but could cause serious trouble later. Simple tests like the digital rectal exam and PSA blood test are quick, easy, and can literally save your life. I get it, talking about urinary issues or prostate concerns can feel uncomfortable, but the sooner you bring it up with your doctor, the more options you have. Sometimes just making lifestyle changes early can prevent the need for medications or surgery later on. Skipping screenings lets small problems grow into bigger ones, like urinary retention or infections that become harder to manage. So, seeing your doctor at least once a year to discuss your prostate isn't just about peace of mind. It's one of the smartest things you can do for your health. And I have got something a lot of seniors are finding helpful. A tool called the Senior Health Tracker. It's a free app that helps you monitor your symptoms, track how much water you drink, and reminds you about doctor visits. Having this kind of info makes your doctor's job easier and helps you stay on top of your health. I've put the link in the video description if you want to check it out. Remember, prostate screenings are usually recommended starting around age 50, but if you have higher risks like family history or other factors, you might want to start earlier. And always talk to your healthcare provider if you notice any new or unusual symptoms between visits. Being proactive about screenings is one of the best habits any man over 60 can develop to protect his prostate and overall health. Habit 3. Quit smoking for a healthier prostate. I want to be honest with you. Smoking is one of the worst things you can do for your prostate. The chemicals in cigarettes don't just harm your lungs. They reduce blood flow, cause inflammation, and damage delicate tissues, including those in your prostate. This kind of damage builds up over time, especially the longer you've been smoking or exposed to secondhand smoke. Smoking also lowers important antioxidants in your body. These are like your body's natural protectors, helping to fight off damage and keep your prostate healthy. Without enough antioxidants, your prostate becomes more vulnerable to inflammation, enlargement, and even higher risks of prostate cancer. Studies show that men who smoke have a higher risk of dying from prostate cancer compared to non-smokers. Plus, smoking can make urinary symptoms worse and may interfere with treatments if you already have prostate problems. But if you quit smoking, your body starts to heal. Within weeks, your blood circulation improves, inflammation calms down, and your prostate can begin to recover. If you've never smoked, the best move is to avoid exposure to smoke altogether. And if you do smoke, don't wait. There are plenty of tools like nicotine replacements and natural therapies to help you through it safely. Quitting smoking might not be easy, but it's one of the most powerful things you can do to protect your prostate and improve your overall health. Trust me, your prostate and the rest of your body will thank you for it. Habit 2. Carrying too much belly fat. Let's talk about something most men don't like to admit: belly fat. I know, it's easy to think it's just about appearance, but the truth is, carrying extra weight around your middle is one of the clearest warning signs for future prostate trouble. Belly fat isn't just sitting there doing nothing, it's actually producing inflammatory chemicals that spread through your body, including your prostate gland. This constant low-grade inflammation irritates the prostate, encourages it to grow, and can increase your chances of urinary problems. Men with larger waistlines are not only more likely to have an enlarged prostate, but also tend to deal with frequent nighttime urination and even erectile issues. On top of that, carrying too much belly fat throws off your hormone balance, especially testosterone, which plays a role in prostate size. And the pressure doesn't stop there. Abdominal fat literally pushes against your bladder and pelvic organs, which just adds more strain on your prostate. The good news? Fixing this doesn't mean extreme dieting or living in the gym. It's about slow, steady improvements. Things like a short daily walk, slightly smaller portions, cutting back on sugar. These small steps add up. Even losing just a few pounds can noticeably improve urinary symptoms. You know, I once had this guy, let's call him Mr. SpongeBob, who came to me frustrated. His nights were full of constant bathroom trips, and he felt tired all the time. After we talked about his habits, he made small changes, walked a bit more, cut down on sugary drinks, and within a couple of months he told me, "It's like I got my nights back. I even started feeling lighter, not just in body, but in mind." So by following these few steps, and a healthy waist size, generally under 40 inches, is one of the best long-term moves for your prostate health. So don't ignore that weight around your middle. It's not just fat, it's your body's way of telling you it's under stress. Trim it down and you'll feel the difference, not only in your pants, but in your prostate too. Habit 1. Not managing chronic stress. If there's one habit most seniors tend to ignore, it's chronic stress. But honestly, it's also one of the most dangerous when it comes to your prostate. When you're constantly anxious, tense, or worried, your body pumps out stress hormones like cortisol. Over time, these hormones cause inflammation, muscle tension, and hormone imbalances. Stress tightens the muscles around your pelvis, restricting blood flow and irritating the nerves near your prostate. It also lowers your immune system's ability to fight inflammation or infections. Many seniors carry this stress quietly, whether it's financial worries, family matters, or health concerns, and it all adds up. The result? More frequent trips to the bathroom, pain, urgency, and an enlarged prostate. But stress is something you can control. Simple habits like deep breathing every day, light exercise, stretching, or even just 10 minutes of quiet time can help lower your stress levels. Laughter, spending time with friends, and getting good sleep are like medicine for your mind and your prostate. Managing stress isn't just about feeling better mentally, it's about healing your body from the inside out. This one change can shrink your symptoms and even stop your prostate from growing. It's honestly the most powerful step you can take today for a healthier, calmer, and more comfortable life. Stress also affects how your bladder works, tightening the muscles around it, which leads to that constant urge to pee more often. So by managing stress, you ease your bladder too. Now that you know some of the biggest habits silently enlarging your prostate, the real question is, what will you do next? These changes aren't just small tweaks. They're powerful moves that can save you months or even years of discomfort, sleepless nights, and unnecessary meds. If you're over 60, the best time to act is now. Don't wait for symptoms to get worse. Start by changing just one habit this week. Drink more water, walk a bit more, say no to that extra slice of bacon. Every little action counts. And don't forget to try the Senior Health Tracker app I mentioned earlier. It's one of the simplest ways to stay consistent and keep control over your prostate health. Your prostate won't heal overnight, but with the right habits and a bit of persistence, your body can work wonders. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And drop a comment below if you've experienced any of these habits or have tips to share. I love hearing from you all. Take care of yourself, and I'll catch you in the next one.